Hi YouTube, thanks for looking in. I'm Andy, I'm in West Wales, UK. It is Saturday the 10th of February. Right now it's 11:03am. I'm incredibly late getting on this morning, but it's been one of those days and I couldn't get a connection earlier either, I'm afraid. The moon is in Sagittarius at the moment, has been since Thursday, but it's 16:37 today. She goes void, of course, void in Sagittarius, and so things become blurred. Nothing is clear. It's very difficult to call. It's very difficult to know what's going to happen. I couldn't even say expect the unexpected, because that might not happen either. It's just, a void is a good time to go back over what you've been doing in the very recent past, consolidating it. Just think, did I get something wrong there that I want to put right? Did someone upset me? Did I upset someone? Those things, they're good to think about, because we have to take account of everything before we move on. It's all part of going with the flow. The flow always knows where we need to be, and it always gets us there in the end. But the flow itself is important, and a void of course time is a good time to look back over the flow. Put that right as best you can. Tomorrow morning, 2:20am, the moon enters Capricorn, but that's another story. Basically, things are more formal. People are more exacting of each other. It can actually be a time when people feel as if maybe we're not good enough. We all feel that sometimes, and that can happen under a Capricorn moon, because we can be criticised a lot. We ourselves can become overly critical, but that's tomorrow. For today, it's still a Sagittarian moon now, which is a really happy thing actually, because there's a nice alignment coming up in a second. But let's get things in order. 24.6% waning crescent at the moment. New moon coming up in 5 days time, 21:05 on the 15th of February. Right at the moon now, you see, sextile sun, absolutely lovely conditions. One of my, well, it just about is my favourite. Generally speaking, my favourite alignment, if you can have such a thing. A time of harmony, balance, opportunities tend to come up, and it becomes easier to make decisions because we're in that more balanced frame of mind, and the people around us and the planet, in fact, are in a more balanced state as well. So decisions made today are likely to be good. I can't promise anything, you absolutely never know, but I think today's a good time for making decisions if you really need to get something sorted out. But do it before 16:37 UK time, UTC GMT. Mercury is conjunct the Sun. Now, I'm sorry I gave the wrong time on that yesterday, because I have a tablet here with all the times on it. There's some paper notes that I read, because I've got a brain like absolutely no one else. It's like there's less inside my brain than half a tennis ball, believe me. And I looked at the tablet to get the timing for Mercury conjunct Sun, and I was looking at one, I flicked it the wrong way, and I was seeing it in Pacific time. So I got that wrong, but it is the case now. News, important people get into the news. There can be big announcements, it can be in the news, it can be in the media. It might be something on a smaller scale, closer to home around you, maybe within the family, maybe within a small group of people. But any moral, legal pressures, anything like that have been bubbling up, may come to a head. But that is Mercury conjunct the Sun. Mercury is mercurial, and again, doesn't always go the way you plan and do what you expect is going to happen. In the biodynamic cycle, it's a fruit day, and fruity it shall be. It certainly has been so far. Let's have a quick look at spaceweather.com. The solar wind speed 351 kilometers a second, 8.2 the proton density. There is a sunspot, it's growing in size, number 2699. It appeared on Tuesday, was it? No, I can't remember. It appeared on the 4th of February, certainly. I just can't remember what day it was. And so that's only 6 days on, and suddenly it started growing in size. It was crackling with minor solar flares. It seems to have got a lot bigger, but it says here, and this is spaceweather.com, this is up to the minute stuff. Have a look at spaceweather.com, it's all good. It says that the sunspot has stalled during the last 24 hours, so I guess that's good news. I guess that's nothing to worry about. So there's now only a 15% chance of the M-class solar flares that they've been talking about. You just never know, though. The solar wind is always blowing, and it's conditioned by other things that are going on in the universe. And it, to be honest, I think it affects the way the wisdom of the cosmos reaches us. And that's why I give it out in astrology. I also give it out in astrology because I'm sure that science and all these other things which are loosely termed esoteric or spiritual are going to meet in the middle one day. I'm not saying that, everything spiritual that people say is exactly right or anything like that. And, I think the scientists, if they were honest, would say that not everything they come up with is exactly right. But the two things go together and they're going to meet in the middle one day. Just to flag it up now, Mercury retrograde, not coming up till much later in March, but we do go into the pre-shadow on the 8th of March, so that is getting quite close now. Just thought I'd flag that one up. During the pre-shadow to a Mercury retrograde, things start happening. I'll do a video and explain it. I've done videos about that before actually, so I'm sure to get that one on. It's nothing to worry about, but communication, travel, transport, things like that get messed up during Mercury retrograde. That's coming up, but that is not for a good while yet. The main things today have already been said. Have a good day, folks. Thanks very much for looking in. I'm sorry it's so late. I will try to be a lot more early tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye.